Southern California-based SpaceX's Crew Dragon vehicle has a launch scheduled for Wednesday at NASA's Kennedy Space Center. It will be the first crewed launch from the U.S. in nearly a decade. It will also be the first crewed launch of NASA's Commercial Crew program. The mission, called Demo 2, will lift off on a SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket from NASA's Pad 39A at the Kennedy Space Center in Cape Canaveral, Florida, with two NASA ftoff as scheduled for 1:33 p.m. PST, and the Crew Dragon is expected to arrive at the International Space Station about 19 hours later. About 5 minutes after liftoff, the Falcon 9's first stage booster will separate from the upper stage and begin preparations for a landing back on Earth. SpaceX plans to land the rocket on a drone ship called, Of Course I Still Love You, which will be stationed in the Atlantic Ocean. The rocket must execute a flip maneuver before firing its engines for a boost back burn and entry burn. Seconds after the first stage separation, the rocket's second stage will fire its engines for about 6 minutes. Crew Dragon spacecraft will separate from the rocket's second stage. The Crew Dragon, now on its own, will perform a series of phasing burns to reach the altitude of the ISS, which orbits at an average of about 250 miles above Earth. Once the craft is 650 feet from the International Space Station, it will then inch very slowly toward the station and dock with a fully autonomous docking system. The Demo 2 astronauts will spend anywhere from 30 to 119 days at the International Space Station with 3 other astronauts already there. Whenever the Demo 2 mission departs the ISS, the spacecraft will slowly exit by conducting more phasing burns to lower its orbit. The entire descent will be about a 2-day flight sequence. As it gets closer to Earth, the Crew Dragon spacecraft will jettison its service module, known as its trunk, before conducting a deorbit burn that will send it plummeting into Earth's atmosphere. The spacecraft will enter Earth's atmosphere traveling at about 17,000 miles per hour. Once Crew Dragon has completed the reentry phase, the spacecraft will deploy its 4 Mark III parachutes, which will slow down the vehicle as it descends for a splashdown in the Atlantic Ocean. SpaceX has designed custom suits for the astronauts. The suit routes communications and cooling systems to the astronauts during flight. Other features include, NASA astronauts Bob Behnken, left, and Doug Hurley are the astronauts on the Dragon 2 mission. The space vehicle can hold up to 7 people. For 9 years, ever since the space shuttles retired, NASA has relied on Russian Soyuz capsules launched from Kazakhstan to send its astronauts into orbit. Sources: NASA, SpaceX. Photos from SpaceX.